Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Aliana binti Kamarudin. My student ID is 2020174327 and I'm from group A4AS1202A. In this video, I will present about my case study that is imperfect cause defect. Imperfect cause defect. What's that mean? As we know, all living things are made up of cells. The cells within living organisms have the ability to grow. New cells are arise from existing cells. It arises from other cells through cellular division. To ensure that an exact copy of the DNA is assigned to the new cells, a process called mitosis takes place. What is mitosis? Mitosis is a cell duplication process where one cell divides into two daughter cells that are genetically identical. The chromosomes of the cells are copied at the various stages of mitosis and then distribute equally between the two new nuclei of the daughter cells. Mistakes during mitosis can lead to the growth of daughter cells with too many or too few chromosomes, and a feature known as aneuploidy. According to Neller and Van Dersen, they said that mitotic errors that give rise to aneuploidy later in life have been linked to aging and tumorigenesis. So, firstly, in this video, I will explain about the failure of mitosis on the chromosome abnormalities. Second, I will explain about 3 common chromosome disorders caused by change in chromosome number. Third, I will explain about 3 common chromosome disorders caused by change in chromosome structure. Fourth, I will explain about how mitosis can cause cancer. And fifth, I will explain about the cell division of mitosis for each phases. Okay, so first I will explain about the failure of mitosis on the chromosome abnormalities. In the middle of each cell in the body, chromosomes are stick-shaped structures. Chromosomes help ensure the correct replication and distribution of DNA during cell division. There are 46 chromosomes grouped into 23 pairs in each cell. It can cause health problems in the body if a chromosome is abnormal. Chromosomes abnormalities can happen due to errors during dividing of other cells, or we call it as mitosis. Mitosis divides all of other cells in the body. This is how a baby grows in the womb, and mitosis causes the number of chromosomes to double to 92, then to break down to 46 in half. Then, mitosis continues through our lifetime. It helps to replace blood cells, skin cells, and other types of cells that are damaged. An error in mitosis can occur during pregnancy. The new cells can have an extra chromosome, which is 47 chromosomes, or have a missing chromosome with 45 total if the chromosomes do not split into equal halves. This can give a defect to the baby. It can make a baby born with trisomy disorder. Okay, now I want to explain common chromosome disorder that caused by change in chromosome number and structure. But wait, what are the difference between chromosome disorder caused by number and chromosome disorder caused by structure? Chromosome disorder caused by number occur when the number of chromosomes change more or fewer than 46, while chromosome disorder caused by structure is occur from chromosome breakage. There can be more or less than 2 copies of gene in this kind of disorders. So now I want to start with 3 common chromosome disorder caused by change in chromosome number. First, it can cause a Down syndrome, or it also known as Trisomy 21. It is a genetic disorder, and when a person with Down syndrome, it may have a heart problem and vision and hearing problems too. This syndrome affects about 1 in 800 babies. It happens because of error in cell division. When the 46 chromosomes are being divided, instead of just 1 copy, an egg or sperm cell may keep both copies of chromosome number 21. If this egg or sperm is fertilized, then the baby will have 3 copies of chromosome number 21. So from that, a baby will born with trisomy 21, or known as Down syndrome. Second disorder is trisomy 13, or it also known as Prader-Willi Syndrome. People with trisomy 13 also have heart defect, abnormalities of the brain or spinal cord, very small or poorly developed eyes, extra fingers or toes, an opening in the lip with or without an opening in the roof of the mouth, and a weak tone of the muscles. A person with trisomy 13 die within their first day or weeks of life. Only 5 to 10% of children with these disorders can survive their first year. This disease happens because during the cell division, instead of normal 2 copies of chromosome in each cell of the body, it has 3 copies of chromosome 13. Third, common chromosome disorders caused by change in chromosome numbers is Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome, also known as XXY syndrome. This condition affects only males. It's a genetic condition, which is a boy is born with an extra X chromosome. Usually in men is XY chromosome, but a person with Klinefelter syndrome, they have XXY chromosome. This condition happens because of either the egg or the sperm that came together to create someone had an extra X chromosome. The risk of having a boy with XXY syndrome is slightly higher for older women, but the chance is tiny. Okay, now move to 3 common chromosome disorders caused by change in chromosome structure. First is Cri-du-chat Syndrome, or known as cat's cry syndrome. It also known as 5p minus syndrome. This condition results when a piece of chromosome 5 is missing. There is often a high-pitched cry for infants with this condition that sound just like a cat. Some children with Cri-du-chat syndrome often are born with heart disease. The deletion of chromosome in this condition often happens random during the formation of reproductive cells or in early fetal development. Second is DiGeorge Syndrome. DiGeorge Syndrome, usually known as 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. This syndrome caused when a small part of chromosome 22 is missing. People with DiGeorge syndrome commonly have heart defect, problem with the immune system, low level of calcium in blood, and they usually have delayed development with emotional and behavioral problems. The 22q11.2 deletion syndrome inheritance is considered autosomal dominant since 1 copy of chromosome 22 deletion in each cell is sufficient to cause the disorder. These syndromes are not inherited. The deletion of chromosome in this condition often happens random during the formation of reproductive cells or in early fetal development. Third, common chromosome disorders caused by change in chromosome structure is Prader-Willi Syndrome. Prader-Willi Syndrome, also called as PWS. People who had a Prader-Willi Syndrome have a poor muscle tone, constant feeling of hunger, which can lead to chronic overeating and obesity. They also had delay in development and poor growth. This condition happened because of the loss of gene function in a particular region of chromosome 15. It happens when a segment of the paternal chromosome 15 is deleted in each cell. Normally, people who are born with Prader-Willi syndrome inherit 1 copy of chromosome from their parents. Okay, now I want to explain how mitosis can cause cancer. As we know, the genes inside every cell is closely control mitosis, but sometimes this control also can go wrong. If this happens in a single cell, it can replicate itself to make new cells out of control. These cells are cancer cells. Without the control system that normal cells have, they continue to replicate rapidly. Then, the cancer cell will form tumors or lumps that damage surrounding tissues. Sometimes, the cancer cells break off from the tumor and spread in the blood to another part of the body. It also can make a secondary tumor if a tumor spread part to another body and they continue to make and replicate more tumors. Okay, lastly, I want to explain about the cell division of mitosis for each phases. As we know, mitosis have 4 phases, which is the first one is prophase, second is metaphase, third is anaphase, and fourth is telophase. Let's start with the first one is prophase. In this phase, the chromosome pairs that have been replicated, condense and compact themselves. The nucleolus fades and microtubules form mitotic spindle. Second, for metaphase, in this phase, the spindle gathered all the chromosomes and lined them up in the center of the cell and ready to divide. Third, in anaphase, the sister chromatids are separated simultaneously at their centromeres. Then, the separated chromosome pulled by spindle towards pole. Microtubules push poles apart and make the cell longer. And lastly, the fourth is telophase. In this phase, chromosomes start to decondense, the spindle and nucleolus disappear, nuclear membrane and nucleoli are reformed. Okay, that's all for that explanation. So, in conclusion, mitosis is a process where a single cells into 2 identical daughter cells. Mitosis is the important part in the development of embryos and for the growth of our bodies as well. It also helps to produce new cells and replace the cell that already old or damaged. Without mitosis, we may not exist because all living things are made up of cells. But mitosis also can lead to cancer and syndrome to a person if there are an error during the cell division. That's all from me. Thank you.